What in the shit was that? Let me pull over, hold on. Oh, what did I hit? Oh boy. What's going on, Canes fans? Listen, I grew up in the South, and there's a popular saying around here: waste not, want not. I can't even begin to tell you guys how many times my grandpa would stop on the side of the road and pick up roadkill, take it home, and fry it up for dinner that same night. I'm not kidding. And I mean, come on, nothing wrong with a little owl meat on Temple Week, right? Now, before we dive into the preview video, I need you to do two things. First off, make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. And second, make sure that you leave some sort of comment on this video. Everyone who meets both of those requirements is entered to win some free wristbands. Now, on one side, these things say Coach Coop, and on the other, they say Cane for life. And it's 100% free, doesn't cost you anything to enter. It's free to subscribe, free to leave a comment, and I cover shipping. And I already replied to the winners from last week's preview video, so make sure that you double check your notifications and see if I responded to your comment and asked for some information. But it's as simple as that, and you're entered in to win. The Miami Hurricanes will face their first road test of the season against Temple this week. Kickoff for this game will be at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and it will be on ESPN2. And yes, I will have links to watch the game for free if you need it. Just jump into my live stream on game day and I'll hook you up. And just keep in mind that when I say test, I don't mean that I think Temple is a great football team, because let's just be honest, they're not. But also, this is our first road game, and because of that, you really want to keep an eye on this one. We can't afford to sleep on anyone, and so far this season, thankfully, we haven't. This coaching staff really seems to have this team prepared and ready to play no matter who the opponent is. The Owls are currently 2-1 after a 41-9 victory over Norfolk State last week. And don't worry, it's completely normal to not know anything about the Norfolk State Spartans, but I can tell you that the week before that, a team that you will definitely recognize, Rutgers, beat Temple 36-7. Now, Temple does have a quarterback with a name that you might recognize, E.J. Warner. That is correct, son of Pro Football Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner. And look, I totally get why people make the comparison, but EJ is not Kurt Warner. He's Kurt Warner's son. EJ had a pretty good year in 2022, but he's off to a bit of a slow and kind of rocky start in 2023. He's completing around 52% of his passes and has thrown 4 touchdowns and 2 picks in 3 games. Warner is considered a pocket passer, and Temple definitely likes to throw the football around. I will say, however, that it looks like they finally found their running back last week with Joquez Smith. The freshman running back rushed for 142 yards on 15 carries. He's 5'8", 190 pounds, and tough to tackle. And he finally got some playtime last week, and we're probably definitely going to see more of him against us this week. I would also like to note that Temple has a, get this, 6'8", 300-pound right tackle, and a 6'3", 240-pound quarterback that they like to bring in for short yardage and goal line situations. Now, speaking on Miami for just a moment, we're trying to start 4-0 for the first time since 2017, and we're actually coming into this game ranked number 20 in the country, and the players get a bye week after this game. Now, with that being said, ACC play kicks off for us immediately after the bye week, so I'm not really sure how much playing time you're going to see in the Temple game from guys like Dean, Fletcher, Mesidor, or Cam Kinchins, or any of the other players that are dealing with injuries. I don't know if you really push to rush them back into a game like this. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. So time will tell. We'll see on Saturday. But let's take a quick look at the history between these two teams. Miami and Temple have faced off 14 times in total, with the Canes leading the series 13-1. The last time Temple beat Miami was their first matchup back in 1930, right after the big giant asteroid took out the dinosaurs. The most recent matchup was in 2005, and the Canes won that one 34-3. Let's also take a brief look at the average stats so far this season for both of these teams. So far in the 2023 season, average points per game for Temple coming in at 13, Miami a whopping 45. Points allowed against them per game this season, Temple 22, Miami 14. Yards gained so far this season, Temple 394 average per game, Miami 511, and yards allowed against them per game, Temple 323 and Miami 271. And I would like to add for Miami fans, do you know how good it feels to look at these stats and see the Canes averaging 45 points per game? We've been asking for this. We've not been asking for this. We've been praying for it, and we've been begging for it. And with Dawson's mentality, you get conservative, you get beat. We're pretty happy right now, to say the least. And now on to 3 keys to a victory for both of these squads. Let's kick it off with the Miami Hurricanes, and coming in at number 1, everybody on that D-line needs to be getting their hands up whenever possible. Warner gets the ball out faster than 2.5 seconds on 69%, nice, of his dropbacks, which ranks second highest in the country. With that being said, there's an opportunity there with the quick reads and passes to bat down some balls. Number 2, Guidry should be very aggressive in this game and dial up lots of pressure. Temple is currently grading out at number 126 in the country in overall pass blocking. They've not allowed many sacks, but Warner has been pressured 22 times this season. And lastly, don't be afraid to pound the rock if needed. There's going to be a difference in athleticism and conditioning between these two programs, and I think that Temple D-line could be ready to call it quits in the 4th. And now 3 keys to a victory for Temple in this one, and coming in at number 1, feed your running back, Joquez Smith, the ball. He showed last week that he's tough to tackle and he has the ability to make you miss in space. Miami's run defense hasn't really been tested yet so far this season. Number 2, Temple can't afford to get down on themselves if Miami strikes early. The Canes have shown that they can score quick when needed, and it's very possible that Miami scores on its first few drives. Temple will have to be ready to compete for all 4 quarters. And lastly, attack the outside. Whether it be in the run game or the passing attack, I don't think it's smart to attack the inside of this defense. Miami has looked questionable at times when it comes to sealing the edge. And now it's time for the most controversial, exciting part of this video, my score prediction. But first, hold up. We always like to take a look at the ESPN matchup predictor. Doesn't really mean, well, much of anything, but we take a look at it anyways. They have Miami's win percentage chance coming into this game at 95% and Temple a whopping 5%. And at the time of filming this video, Miami is a 24.5-point favorite, with the over-under coming in at right around 51.5 points. Just keep in mind that I use FanDuel when providing these numbers, and that's just because it's my personal favorite website to bet on. And last but not least, we have to check in with the Dr. Scientist guy, which I still haven't got his name, by the way. I don't know if you guys have maybe asked him and if he's let that slip at some point. I don't know, but I just know that I pay this team of scientists and doctors a lot of money to analyze my score prediction each week. So let's check in with them and make sure that it's been approved. Hello once again, college football fans and Coach Coop viewers. Very happy to be here for another week. This means another big, fat, juicy paycheck from Coop. He pays us quite well, and believe it or not, he buys us lunch every day, every single day from the same place, off the value menu. But food is food, and I'm very thankful for Coop and his contributions. We've been working hard this week, crunching the numbers, analyzing the data to make sure that we do approve of his score prediction. Now, I would like to let you guys know that in addition to Coop being one of the most handsome gentlemen on the platform, he's also been giving me tips. He's been trying to coach me. You guys have probably noticed that sometimes I'm really shaky when I'm on camera because I'm nervous. You know, Coop is a great entertainer. He is. And I'm sure you guys are very, very thankful for him. But he's been giving me tips on how to be more confident on camera. And basically he said that when I'm really nervous, to just be loud. And you people won't know that you're nervous. So for the score prediction approval, I have purchased this bullhorn here. Well, Coop purchased it for me because he pays for everything. But anyways, I would like to let everyone know that Coach Coop's score prediction for this week has been approved. So with all of that out of the way, we've broke out the official 2023 Miami Hurricanes prediction board. And as you can see, my record is currently 2-1. Now for this game, as always, this is neutral Coop making the prediction. My Canes pride and fandom has been set to the side. But I have to tell you guys something, all right? I'm just going to be real with you here for a moment. Actually, I'm just going to let the numbers speak. Let's just let the numbers speak here. I've got the Miami Hurricanes putting up 41, and the big bad Temple Owls putting up 10 points. We'll make it official with the green W. Should be an easy, let's make sure here, should be an easy business trip up north for the Miami Hurricanes. I don't see any reason to be scared or alarmed, going into this game. We have the better athletes. We just have the all-around better football team. The only really reason for concern here is the fact that it's up north. It's our first road game, and it's going to be interesting to see how this team responds. Also, hopefully they don't look ahead to the bye week and decide to go ahead and kick back and get lazy now, when instead the mindset, of course, needs to be, hey, even though we're going to be working during that bye week, you're going to be studying and you're going to be prepping some things, you do get a little bit more time to rest and relax. There's no actual game at the end of the week next week. So the bye week coming up, Canes roll, man, I think 41-10. And again, I know there's some question marks on, will this team put up this much? And, Coop, we put up this much on this team and this much on that team. Again, I always go back to this argument. College football doesn't always have to make sense. Just because you put up X amount of points on one team doesn't mean you put up more on a lesser opponent sometimes. You just literally never know. And it's why so many people don't do score predictions, because it's almost impossible to do. It really honestly is. But I don't care. I'm just having fun with this thing. I just like to see how close or not close we get. So guys, make sure that you leave a comment down in the comment section below. Again, to be entered to win some free wristbands, make sure that you are subscribed. I'll double check and make sure that you are whenever I pick some winners. And let's have some fun this week. This is the final game for the Miami Hurricanes in September. So let's have some fun with it. Don't forget the call-in show happening on Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. The $200 score prediction contest is still active. All you have to do is call into the show on Friday, predict the right score for the game, you win $200. And as always, we will be live on Saturday afternoon for the game as well. Hopefully an inside insight this week, definitely parlay picks. For sure we'll be doing final thoughts on the couch Coop confessions. So should be super, super fun week for us here on the Coach Coop YouTube channel. Remember though, guys, we're all one big happy college football family, but at the end of the day, I gotta say, it's always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out. I'll see y'all in the next one. All right. Ready, and take two. What in the shit was that? I gotta redo it.